Hey, I'm Doug.
I'm Tammy.
And it's peach season.
Woohoo!
So we're back in the kitchen.
And it's time to make a peach dessert. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, let's give it a try. We like peaches.
We do. We found a recipe for a heavenly summer peach bar. And so we're going to see, is it heavenly or not?
Sounds delicious.
All right, let's get started. For our heavenly summer peach bars, we need 1 stick of butter. That's a half a cup. It's unsalted and it's softened. We've got half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 cups of flour, that is all-purpose flour, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And I will say, Doug and I try to do our recipes kind of on a budget, so we pretty much have all the ingredients that are either store brand. I will say that the unsalted butter is not, well, actually I think that is store brand. So I think it's all store brand except for the salt. So we'll see on a budget if we can make some heavenly peach bars today.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by sifting our flour. And this was our all-purpose flour.
This poor sifter here was my grandmother's. It's probably a good, I don't know, I'm guessing 40 years old at least.
Oh, at least.
At least. Maybe 50, I don't know, it's an old one. But it's still hanging in there. There we go.
Okay, so in my flour, I'm going to mix my salt with 1/4 of a teaspoon, my stick of butter, and my sugar. And then I'm going to mix that all together nice and neat.
And it's probably going to be a little bit crumbly of a mixture. It's going to become the base of our cookie bars. So it probably will not mix up completely. We will get it to a crumbly state and then we're going to put it in our pan. While Doug finishes getting that crust ready, we have prepared a 9 by 13 baking dish. I put a little spray down. It's got parchment in the bottom so that at the end we can lift that out and hopefully cookie bars make a nice clean lift. And we have set the oven to 350 and it is preheated and ready to go. The crust that Doug made, it looks very loose, but when you press it, it does hold its shape. So that's all we really want for this cookie bar. So we're gonna pour that into the base of our pan. Make sure that it's spread out. And then we're gonna press, press, press. Get it all put down tight in the bottom. And we will go into the oven here in just a bit. Okay, I remembered incorrectly. We're not going in with the crust part yet. We're gonna go ahead and put the peaches on top. So it is peach season in Virginia. We went peach picking last year. If you didn't get to see that video, we will link it to this one, but they told us to look for sunset when you're picking peaches. So the colors of the skin should kind of remind you of a sunset. It says 4 peaches. We have 5 fresh peaches, a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Okay, so now I'm going to start with my peach filling. I'm going to take my tablespoon of cornstarch and mix it in. And I'm going to put a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon and a half of my cinnamon. We like cinnamon, so
we're going to bump it up.
We're going to bump it up a little bit here. So there's a half. And I'm going to put in another one. There we go. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of my vanilla. And I'm going to put in a half a cup of my brown sugar.
It's light brown sugar, and I will say, when we were skinning and cutting up these peaches, they are really good. They're soft, they are juicy, so it's very much the taste of summer right there in a peach. The only thing could have made it better is if I'd have had that before I brushed my teeth instead of after, because that wasn't quite as good. But this is going to be so yummy. That cornstarch is going to be a little bit of thickener for it, so it's gonna make a slurry. And we're gonna put this right over top of the cookie bar part. On with the peaches. So we're gonna spread this out over the cookie bar. Whoops, that got on top of the parchment. Oh, that's not good. Now, we did 9 by 13, that's what we were told to do. Might make this a little bit smaller crust or add a little bit more peach mixture. And maybe once we get finished, we will realize this is more than plenty. I do think the crust kind of bakes up around the peaches, almost like a peach cobbler. So we will just spread it out, see what happens.
Okay, so we're gonna stick this in the oven at 350 for about 40 to 45 minutes.
Smells yummy already with the cinnamon and the peaches. Bake, little cookie bar, bake! Woohoo! The last step is the glaze, and it's just a very simple glaze. We've got a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're gonna add to that 2 tablespoons of milk and a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. So went ahead and squeezed the lemon. We'll pour that lemon juice in and give it a stir. Okay, this is a very simple glaze. We'll get it stirred up here. Just let it sit until the cookie bars have completely cooled. And once they have completely cooled, this will go on top. And if you want more glaze, you can certainly double this portion. We were in the oven for 45 minutes and it smells delicious. We haven't tasted anything yet. We've got to let it cool completely before we can put the glaze on. So it's going to sit a bit, but if smell has anything to do with the taste, we are looking at something yummy because it smells delicious. Oh, we'll let it cool. Okay, friends, everything is cooled completely. We've got the glaze and we're just gonna drizzle that right over the top. And then we get to have a taste. This really still smells good, even though it has cooled. Our house smells wonderful from its baking. So we are looking forward to giving it a try.
Okay, so I'm gonna slice this up here. It smells so good.
The glaze is got that little bit of lemon in it, so I'm hoping that adds a little bit to it, but it looks and smells really good, like Doug said. All right, so nice little piece for me. Doug's getting himself a nice little inside slice.
Okay, if nothing else, we have some nice, easy recipes. So if you know somebody that likes an easy recipe, please share this video out. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps us out. Okay, so we're gonna give this thing a try. Okay, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
That is so good.
That is delicious. That's probably one of my favorite things right off the bat that we've made. The cookie crust on the bottom is light but yummy.
And this, the peach flavor isn't really strong, but it's got a good flavor to it.
I like the extra cinnamon we put in it. So we got that cinnamon, but on the glaze, you've got a hint of lemon. So we've got that citrus in there. All in all, this is a delicious bite. I definitely would try this again. And we have family coming to visit for a wedding here in a couple of weeks. We're making this.
We're making this one. Hey, thanks again for joining us.
Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, give it a try.
Join us next week as we try a pickle flavored cupcake.
Did you say pickle flavored cupcakes?